most of these characters are people we've known and are happy to see again. Could you introduce our viewers and readers to your new character?
Sure. Hi guys, I'm Inbar Lavi and I play Sheba.
And who is Sheba? Oh. Break crew.
Google it. No. Just kidding.
Hey, don't take them away from our sites just yet.
Oh, that's right. Hi guys, I'm Inbar Lavi and I play Sheba, who's a Yemeni activist who links up with Lincoln and C-Note and helps get Michael out of prison and out of Yemen.
So this, they were telling us that the story is kind of based around the Odyssey and, not, based on Homer and things like that. Does your character have any amalgamation to any of the mythological characters? Does she have I don't know if they're going exactly like one for one on some of those characters, but does she have one, or would that be a spoiler?
I don't know if it would be a spoiler, but I definitely don't think that Sheba came from the Odyssey. She comes from a whole other planet. I think that Sheba is just a real necessity to try to get someone out of a world that you have no connections in and you have no knowledge of. And so Sheba was just someone they needed that knows the streets, that knows the people, that can get you a phone, that can get you on a plane, that can get you out of prison. So, hopefully she can help them out.
And she's, at least in some of the episodes, in a prison of her own sometimes, isn't she?
That's a great way of putting it. I think I agree with that. I think that a lot of people in the Middle East feel that way and wake up to a reality they wish could have been a little simpler. But within the constraints of her world and the difficulties, she is able to find ways to make herself stronger and push through and fight harder. It makes her who she is.
Do you get to do a lot of action and fighting and chasing?
It's Prison Break. There's a lot of action, yes.
Now, playing an Arab character, obviously they had to teach you phrases and a couple of other things. Did you have to work with an accent coach, because Yemeni is very different than Saudi or Qatar or any of the other places?
Well, yeah, Yemeni is very different from any other language I've spoken before. But my grandma, who's from Morocco, from Marrakesh, she spoke Arabic around the house, which is very different again. But I linked up with a voice coach when we were there, and we made sure that everything that I was saying sounded proper, and God, I hope I sound okay. That's all I'm going to say. But we tried to be as authentic as we could.
So you're coming into this cast a little bit later than everybody else, and I'm really interested to hear who you think is most likely to escape prison in real life. Who is most capable of the cast members?
Oh my goodness, that's a fantastic question, and by far, without a question in my mind, is Rahman Dunbar.
Okay.
Because he is so charming and lovable. And he's huge, like he can get out of any situation, whether through force or just by charming you and like smoothing his way out.
Perfect.
How difficult was it to come into a situation where it's like a family reunion for everybody else, because they've all worked together so long and you're essentially the new kid?
Yeah.
You're the in-law that married into the family.
Yeah. That's not a bad situation, let me tell you, because everything's established and, the fans already love the show and there's so much love and support behind it, and it does feel like they are a family unit that have worked together in the past. So everything's working, everything's already in place. You just have to kind of come and enjoy the ride. So it was great for me, and I got really lucky because I teamed up with a group of great people who were very welcoming and open, and I felt really safe.
So it sounds like Sheba has some amazing skill sets that she probably learned from doing many different things in her past. So after she helps them escape from prison, what is it that compels her to stay with them instead of going to pursue and do other things?
I think first of all, C note. Okay. I think first of all, C note and Sheba have a very strong bond and trust relationship that keeps her focused and help, keeps her focused on helping them. I think her and Link have an interesting bond that makes her stick around. And I also, well, I can't give away too much, but everyone has their interests, and she needs help too. So you'll have to tune in and find out, but they each get their own.
Now, you said your grandmother was from Marrakesh.
Mm-hmm.
You know, did you show her any of the stuff that you've been working on with this, or take any notes from her about things that happened in Morocco from her life growing up there?
My grandma, may she rest in peace, has passed, but I'm sure she would have been just so excited and thrilled to know that I got to go where she is from and film there and tell the story. And I talked to my mom a lot while we were there, and I was hoping that she would come and visit, but it's such a long flight.
Do you have a favorite scene that you've shot so far? Is there one specific scene that you can think back on that you think people are going to just have their jaws left on the floor?
I don't know if what was impactful for me would be as impactful for the audience.
Okay.
You know, different moments in the production were stand out for me as something memorable. I remember we were filming a scene in Morocco between Sheba and her father, and it was so incredibly hot that day. And I had and it was so dusty and it's Morocco. It's like you feel like you're going to die. You feel like you're going to pass out all the time. And then there's a camera in front of you and action. And all I remember was how intense that scene was, and I would run out in between takes. I had bought a bunch of pencils and crayons and coloring books, and the school next to us just rang its bell and everyone finished school. So I would run in between takes and give away whatever I had to the different kids, and so I tried to kind of balance both, and it was really important for me to connect with the villagers. So it was great. It was such a beautiful day for me.
That's awesome.
It was a great
What
day.
was your audition for Prison Break like? Did they at least give you real scenes, or was that did they give you fake scenes so you didn't know the plot too?
I actually did an audition for this. I worked with Nelson McCormick, who's the executive producer on the show. We shot a TV show called Gang Related for Fox. So I worked with Fox, and I worked with him in the past. And when they wrote this role of Sheba, he brought me up as an option, and that was it. Paul was like, "Yep, that's the girl, that's Sheba," and I was very, very, very lucky in that sense.
What was it like shooting in Morocco on, actually getting to be in the Middle East and getting to do, well, Morocco's not really Middle East, but getting to be in that situation where you have that sensation and feeling, so you could have the wind blowing around you and the dust and the dirt. Did that kind of help you get into the character more?
Absolutely. I think that our surrounding became another character of the show. Everything about it, the way you walk into a room when you're exhausted and out of breath and sweaty and delirious is completely different from how you would walk into a room if you're in Los Angeles in an AC studio. It's a completely different environment, and I think it helped us create a very organic space for the show.
Now, your character is supposed to be very cunning and very sneaky in a sense. What's something about you personally that you brought to that role? Because as a kid, we all got away with stuff, pulling the wool over our parents' eyes and stuff. So what's a bit cunning about you that you used to your advantage to get away with things?
Whatever do you mean? I don't really know how to answer that question without throwing myself under the bus. But
Don't worry, your dad and like 3 million other people will see this.
so I guess everyone can be a little bit conniving sometimes, and I think I sometimes I use my charm to distract so that I can get the job done. But who doesn't do that, right?